How cool is the background?
Fabulous.
Hello, 我是英国杰克，这是我亲爱的妈妈。
大家好，我是英国老妈。
今天我们要听一听周深的画卷。So, Mum, today we are listening to
our favourite Chinese artist, Zhou Shen, singing Painting Silk.
Wow, excellent. Yes, we are. So today's performance, Mum, is on a television programme on CCTV called 衣尚中国. CCTV being the national broadcaster, China's equivalent of the BBC. And the programme today focuses on telling the stories of ancient and traditional China through the costumes and dresses that they would have worn.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, really interesting, because obviously when you see an ancient dress or costume, because they're so visually colourful, you can tell so much about a society and learn so much about a history, whether that's looking at what the Egyptians wore when they built the pyramids, or the British kings and queens, or in today's example, it's going to be a Chinese costume from the Tang Dynasty.
Oh, I'm looking forward to watching this.
So I've done a little bit of research, Mum, and looked on some websites. And as I understand, this performance is from the Tang Dynasty, and Zhou Shen is wearing something called a brocade, which in Chinese is a tianduan, which is a costume, an exquisite costume that's made out of silk. And as I see from my research here, in the Tang Dynasty, silk was exceptionally valuable, to the extent it was called the money and silk period, because silk was so valuable it could be used as an equivalent of money.
Right.
So you remember we did a little bit about the Tang Dynasty when we listened to 全语天下 in a previous Chinese reaction video. It's the famous dynasty that had lots of cultural and economic success. It produced China's two great famous drunken poets of Du Fu and Li Bai. And also it invented two of the great Chinese inventions of the four inventions. So it's a really successful and interesting and artistic period of time for Chinese modern day artists such as Zhou Shen to reach back into and bring to today and perform. So Mum, this song is called Hua Juan, which as you said means
Painting silk.
In English, yes. And in the story Zhou Shen tells when he's singing is he talks about he's got deep emotional memories of somebody that's perhaps passed away or isn't there currently, and he wants to paint them onto the silk. Silk being also a good thing to paint onto so that he can remember them forever. And he talks of not having enough ink in the whole world to be able to truly capture the essence of this person or of this thing. So one of the lines in it, he says, 我愿将你画卷上, so I want to paint you to remember you.
Oh, and on silk, a really quality fabric.
So as you'll see in the performance, behind him he has these paintings that are from that dynasty, that period. And so, I mean, he, with his voice, is almost remembering that period, painting with his voice. It really is a great video that touches on the past. Right, with all that said, would you like to take a listen?
Oh, yes, please.
Let's do it. Okay, so here we go. Zhou Shen and Hua Juan. And as you can see there, the paintings from the Tang Dynasty.
Oh, look what he's wearing.
Yeah, so as we said, the programme's about telling stories through historical costumes.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, it looks fabulous.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
霜雪河岸轻轻飘来羽翼，我对记心绪在雾中寻觅。
I really like those silk paintings in the background.
远去，青草离离留意义，清静淡静，想要画出你。 然书中吱吱呀呀的细语，我在彩色
This one's really different.
中重逢你，你给的眼神如雨，惊鸿一现了心底，连抹三生，只为画出你。
He's just saying, in order to paint you, to remember you. Mary's talking about the Tang Dynasty, giving the secrets of the Tang Dynasty.
His voice is just exquisite. It's so beautiful.
This is what I said to you, where he says, 我远将你画卷上. So he's just said, I will paint you to remember you. And there's that kind of 京剧 the style, you know, with the high voice. It's funny to see him doing that. How cool is the background?
Fabulous. Oh, changing again. Oh, that's nice. They've just picked out individual things.
Some nice guitars in the background there. Well done, Zhou Shen. Right then, Mum, so what were your first thoughts on Hua Juan by Zhou Shen?
Oh, I enjoyed that one. It was different. I really liked to see him in the traditional Chinese dress.
Yes.
That was really interesting. And to see the silk paintings behind him and the way they were changing. And I felt that it told a historical story and his voice really suited it. So it was more than just a song, I felt. It was a bit like, I don't know, a musical performance.
Yeah, I agree. It was like a musical performance, and wow, did his costume and the backdrop tell a story. That was really vivid, wasn't it? Seeing the paintings, and he really suits like dressing up like that.
And that hat.
The hat was very, very cool.
Yeah.
But we know that the Tang Dynasty is a very rich source of historical content for Chinese history and Chinese culture. So what better person other than Zhou Shen to go into that history and pull things out from it.
Yeah, and really nice for us to be able to know Zhou Shen and appreciate that and him telling that story.
Certainly. So I was having an interesting conversation with my Chinese shushu, my Chinese uncle, and he was saying an interesting thing that he's noticed. He's a Chinese gentleman that's lived in the UK for a long time, is the way that Westerners and Easterners approach time is different. Westerners often look to the future, whereas Easterners often look to the past. And I thought we do as Brits also look to our past. We delve into our history a lot, but it's really apparent that Chinese like to do that, go into their long and varied history and bring it to the current day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really apparent in that Zhou Shen performance.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable.
Yeah. So we enjoyed that. Well done, Zhou Shen. So, Mum, what was a really famous tradition in the past in the UK?
In the UK, famous tradition, it must have been to like and subscribe.
Yeah! 如果你喜欢这期视频，请给我们点赞和关注我们的频道。谢谢啊。So yeah, I think that's about everything.
Okay.
Okay, well thanks so much for watching and we shall see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.